Okay, what we've shown so far is that if I take 10 grams of copper 2 sulfate, dissolve it into 500 mils of 0.1 molar sodium phosphate, that the copper sulfate was the limiting reagent. We had sodium phosphate was the excess reagent. We could produce 7.95 grams of the phosphate, and we calculated the excess phosphate in the previous problem. Now what we want to do is look at the spectator ions. What is the sodium concentration? What is the sulfate concentration? Now in reality, we're just going to look at the moles of sodium and the moles of sulfate from our original solution. So let's first start off with the sulfate. If I have 0.0627 moles of SO4 minus 2, because every 1 mole of CuSO4 has 1 mole of copper plus 2 and 1 mole of sulfate, and this is in a solution that's 0.5 liters, then I come up with its concentration, and the concentration, the molarity of the sulfate is 0.0627 divided by 0.5, which is 0.1254. All of our numbers here have 3 significant digits, so we're going to omit the 4. And this is moles. Let me use the same color here. Moles SO4 minus 2 per liter, which we write in the abbreviated form as 0.0125 molar SO4 minus 2. Now, we're going to look at the other reagent, the sodium, okay? Now, this is more interesting because every mole of sodium, Na3 phosphate, PO4, breaks up to 3 moles of Na plus and 1 mole of PO4 minus 3. So for every mole of the salt, we have 3 moles of the ion. So we already calculated the moles of the salt because we took the molarity times the volume. So we have 0.05 moles of Na3PO4. Now, this gives us an equivalent statement, 1 of these to 3 of these. So we have 3 moles of Na plus per mole of Na3PO4. Now, this gives us the moles of the sodium concentration, which would be 0.15 moles Na plus. Now, this 0.15 moles of Na plus is in 500 milliliters, or 0.5 liters of water. So this gives it a concentration of 0.300 moles Na plus per liter, which is a 0.300 molar Na plus solution. So now we see that we have calculated the mass of precipitate, the concentration of the excess reagent, and the concentration of the spectator ions, which is probably about all the questions you can answer with this problem. Thank you. All right.